Hello and welcome back for video 5 of Module 1. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the summary of Module 1, everything that we've been talking about. And I'm going to briefly talk about the landmines that you should be careful of when you start doing the mobilization with your prospects. So let's have a look at what we have learned so far. So in this Module 1, we first of all talked about the importance of creating duplication from day one in your business. Again, no matter if you're just starting your network marketing business and this is your very first day or your first week, or whether you're an experienced networker and you've been actually building for a few years, it's really important that you start focusing on duplication. Now, if you're simply just starting your business right now, this will give you a great advantage that you actually build it right the first time around. So make sure you understand that duplication is the key to leverage in your network marketing business. And because of leverage, this is why we actually can create long-term residual incomes. So make sure you focus on duplication and you're in the right place learning from this course. Not only that, we talked about the 6 important timelines in our business. The 6 important times, if you so wish to call them, where a brand new member in our team or ourselves for that matter needs to actually have the right type of training. So if we get the right type of training at the right time in our business, for example, in the first hour after we join, in the first day after we join, in the first week of our business and so on, we're much more likely to take action on the right things and therefore start taking action and creating results. And that's the key to duplication, is quickly engaging your brand new members and delivering the right training so they can quickly ascend to their leadership and start actually getting results. And so therefore you can create more leverage. Make sense? Not only that, we talked about the very important process called 3-step rapid mobilization. 3-step rapid mobilization is really the building block of your business. You're going to start to practice it, you're going to master it. And this is really the process how we recruit and how we prospect and how we actually get the people started through our business. When you master the 3-step rapid mobilization, you can then, of course, coach others to improve as well. And this will be the key to creating massive results in your business. We talked about how it's very important that you invite 3 new people per day and take them through this 3-step rapid mobilization process. So we're going to talk in more detail about numbers, but for now, just remember that you need to talk to 3 brand new people with whom you've already established some type of relationship. And if you do that each and every single day, your business is going to be extremely healthy. You're going to be getting new blood into the business consistently, and you're going to be growing it at a very rapid phase. So that is some of the things that we learned in this module. But let's now look at some of the landmines that you may land on as you go and actually start recruiting people, as you're starting to use the 3 steps rapid mobilization. Now, we talked about the 3 steps being, you picking up the phone and inviting someone, then directing them to a video presentation, and then guess what? Following up on a call as well, right? In step 3. And I want to really warn you now of some of the most common landmines that we all land on as we're starting to learn how to really master this process. So one of the biggest ones is talking too much. So when you find yourself, you're very excited about sharing your business. This is a very common trap. It's simply because we're so excited to share it with people and we know this is a much better way that we sometimes talk a little bit too much. So as you're starting your business, as you're doing your business, just try and stop yourself and remind yourself that you're actually only the messenger and not the message. Try and not make yourself the issue. Try and not make yourself the expert. The less you actually talk and the more you let the tools do the work, the more duplicatable your business will become. You see, this is not just about right or wrong, because there's so many different approaches that will work in your network marketing business. This is about getting an approach that will duplicate. See, many people are able to recruit. Many people are able to sign up people in their business, right? But the question is that approach that they're using actually helping them to duplicate? Is that approach that they're using actually getting the brand new person to take action straight away? So in network marketing, we always say the right thing to do is not what works, The right thing to do is what actually duplicates. So talking too much is actually not the right thing. So let's be the messenger, let the tools do the work, and let's actually, talk enough to create curiosity and direct someone to look at the video, the tool, whatever you're directing them to, right? That's a very common one. The other very common one is once we actually called someone and got them to go and look at our website, or actually given them the website or the video to watch, not actually following up in the first 24 hours. This is really very important. And we talked about how on the phone call, we actually have to set up for the follow-up phone call. So that is a very, very important thing. But even if you've done that, quite a few of us, and don't feel bad if you've done this, I've certainly done this plenty of times, I forgot to follow up or didn't follow up. And one of the reasons that I didn't used to follow up is because I was so scared of actually hearing the rejection word, the simple two-letter word, no. So, remember that you don't need a lot of people to be successful in this business, that it is just about sorting people rather than convincing people and finding those who are ready right now to take action and do what you're doing. So, perhaps you can release the fear of rejection and making sure that you do diligently follow up when you actually agreed with the person. So that's a very, very common one. The other one is, starting to evolve the script, starting to use different scripts all the time and not using the exact scripts that we've actually learned in this first module. Now, if there's different scripts that you're using and they're actually duplicating through your entire team, and actually brand new people that are signing up in your team are starting to recruit the first day or two as they're signing up in the business, then that's great. But I know for myself that as I'm starting to deviate from a script that I've learned that actually works, very quickly I'm getting into very, dangerous waters. And these are the waters where we don't know whether what we're doing is actually going to duplicate. It may work in the short term of recruiting someone, of convincing someone to get started, but that's not going to get them to take action and start recruiting for themselves. So try and take it really step by step and really do things in a very simple way by just using the simple scripts, and keep it really simple for yourself, because that is often what works best. So stick to the scripts for now. As you're starting to master this process, perhaps you can evolve, but for now, just use what we have. Also, another very, very common mistake is to start speaking about the company, start speaking about how great the products or services are before we actually invite the person and actually talk about what this opportunity or this business can do for them. So, again, this is a common landmine that we land on because we are so excited about what our company does, products do, and services. I totally get that. But try and actually step back and really think about the fact that if you're trying to really change somebody's life, you're going to need to show them how this opportunity can change their life, rather than tell them how great your network marketing company is. Does it make sense? So try and think more about the prospect and less about how excited you are and how much you want people in your business and how much you want them to use your products or services. Make sense? So focus on the prospect, use the exact scripts, which are, of course, matching the opportunity with the prospect's dream right here in step 1. So very, very important. Now, of course, that doesn't mean if the prospect asks you, straight up, what's the company? What are the products? What are the services? It doesn't mean that you will not answer. It doesn't mean that you will hide it. But you will again say as little as possible so that you create curiosity so that the prospect actually looks at the tool, the website, the video, rather than you staying on the phone for half an hour and doing the presentation yourself. Make sense? So we're not trying to hide it. We will answer, but we will create enough curiosity with the answer so that the prospect goes and actually watches the tool. Let me give you an example. If somebody says, well, I understand this is a network marketing company. What is it called? I understand. What sort of products do they have? I would say something like, this is a great question. This is one of the questions I had when somebody shared this opportunity with me. Well, this company distributes different types of products, mainly in the health and wellness arena. But I really want you to go to the video that I shared with you and actually see it through your own eyes, because there's some very exciting things, some very novel things that this company does that I haven't seen anywhere before. So, you're trying to create curiosity, you're trying to give them enough to feel comfortable and actually maintain the trust that you actually established there in the relationship, but you're not actually giving away the farm. Make sense? The other thing that's really important is not building a relationship, just very quickly and forgetting about the relationship. So it's a very common mistake that we actually are too rapid with our rapid mobilization, meaning we approach somebody too fast when we haven't taken enough time to build a relationship strong first. So if in doubt, don't share the business yet. If you're in doubt, if this is the right time for you to share the business with your prospect, if you're in doubt whether you got to know them enough, whether you're in doubt whether they trust you or they have respect for you, then slow down. Then make sure that they really trust you. Make sure that they understand that you care about them, perhaps by listening to them, by asking more questions, and only then share the business. Because the reality is you could go and talk to a lot of people very fast, but if you haven't built a relationship first strong enough, you're not going to recruit a lot of people. So yes, we do want to go through a lot of people. Yes, we do want to recruit a lot of people. That's all true, but not at the expense of not building the relationship strong enough, because you will not have any results. So like I said, always, it's important to speak to 3 brand new people, to invite them to have a look at your business every day. But actually it may take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, sometimes even months, to create that relationship to get to this point. So please keep this in mind, because if you rush at this point, you will not have any results at all. Especially, please avoid, copying and pasting your link online in places such as Facebook or Facebook Instant Messenger. We get prospected every single day more than 20 to 30 times in Facebook, and because these people haven't taken the time to get to know me or ask me any questions, or actually I don't even know who they are, but they're just sending me a great opportunity with a paragraph of how great their company is. I simply delete those messages. So don't be that person. Stand out from the crowd, build a relationship. Don't promote your name of the company, products or services straight up. Be interested in prospects, and you'll see how your results increase very fast. The other thing is, on the flip side, quite the opposite of what I've just been talking, is not transitioning to invitation fast enough. So what I'm talking about now is, if you've got to know somebody and, you've been working on building that relationship and trust for a while, but you have a little bit of fear of them rejecting you, or you have a little bit of fear because you don't know what exactly to say to them, sometimes we take a little bit too long to transition into this step 1. And that's a problem too. So, what I would always say is, if you already know what could be their potential reason for joining your business, what could this business do for them in their life, if you have some of that information, then perhaps this is the time. If you spent time understanding them, where they're at in your life and in their life, and what they're doing in their family, occupation, recreation, money, all of those areas of their life, then don't have the fear of not speaking to them. So it's not always just good to slow down. You do eventually have to pick up the phone. And yes, the phone sometimes is very heavy, but I do believe that you're going to have to strike a balance in between inviting people fast and inviting people too slow. So I suggest that you simply go on those measures of getting to know someone in terms of what could be the potential reason they should join, what is their dream, what is their family and life situation, and then transition into inviting. And at the beginning you may make some mistakes and you'll go too fast or too slow, but just trust yourself. If you go through enough numbers, you'll definitely learn. Now, these are some of the most important landmines that you could land on as you're going and actually starting to prospect, starting to recruit with this 3 steps rapid mobilization method. I would say just have a lot of fun and trust yourself, because the best thing that you really need to do is to stay in the process so that you can master it. Do enough of it so that you can really get very good at it. So stay in this process. Make sure you're approaching at least 3 brand new people per day. Okay, and remember the relationship before that. So that's really very important. So we're now at the end of module 1, and we've been talking about all sorts of things. We talked about the 7 figures in pajamas and how important duplication is for creating a residual income in network marketing. We talked about different duplication concepts and, what are some of the reasons that duplication is so important and how you can actually see it in different timelines in the business and on different levels. Also, we talked about the 6 important timelines in our business and the landmines that you could potentially land on in different timelines and how you can get around that. We talked about the 3-step rapid mobilization method and how to use it. And this part 4 is probably a video that I would watch over and over and over because it's probably something that you really need to master, especially at the beginning of this program. I really want you to go through it a few times. Finally, we talked about some of the landmines that happen when you're using the 3-step rapid mobilization method. So congratulations, you have now finished module 1, and I will see you again in the next module, but not before you go through the next few action steps. So let's now go to the action steps.